But is Elon Musk trustworthy? Are they providing you with your hero so he can save the day from the evil billionaires that want to and ban freedom of speech? Think about it. Bill Gates is a clear supervillain. I mean, it's obvious. Openly saying he's for, at the same time funding the manufacturing of harmful. Well, no need to go after him because your hero Elon is here to save you. After all, Elon and Bill Gates are constantly beefing with each other. The world is a stage, people. Just like in the movies, you got the good guy and the bad guy. Just look at some of these titles. Elon Musk and Bill Gates have bickered over everything from climate change to the pandemic. Elon Musk said he confronted Bill Gates about shorting Tesla. Videos on YouTube look like trailers to the upcoming James Bond movie. Elon Musk just exposed Bill Gates' evil plan. Look at this thumbnail right here. How outrageous! On the NY Times, Elon Musk posts vulgar tweet about Bill Gates in the midst of feud. Bill Gates on Elon Musk's plan to buy Twitter. Gates says Elon Musk can make misinformation worse. Really now? And my favorite one of all, what are Bill Gates and Elon Musk feuding about this time? Who is better at saving the world? I mean, ridiculous. Oh, and by the way, one says he's for saying there are too many people on the planet and we need to save the environment and lower carbon emissions, while the other one is for more people, saying the biggest threat humanity faces is population collapse. Are you enjoying the theatrics, folks? The protagonist and antagonist are at each other's necks. I mean, you gotta support one or the other because you don't have that kind of money and power to go after Bill Gates. No. You need a hero. You need to put your trust in another multi-billionaire with connections to the satanic elites. Elon also came out saying his Neuralink is fully developed and hopes to implant this computer in human brains in the next 6 months. Remember what Yuval Noah Harari said about what is required to hack humans. In 2018, on an article, AI, Big Data, and the Future of Humanity, Yuval says this: the power will reside in the data. Those who control data control the future, not just of humanity, but the future of life itself. Harari said because today data is the most important asset in the world. Why is data so important? Because we've reached a point where we can hack not just computers, we can hack human beings and other organisms, Harari explained. It takes two things to hack human beings: computing power and data, both of which are becoming abundantly available. Control of data might enable human elites to do something even more radical than just build digital dictatorships, Harari said. By hacking organisms, the elite might gain the power to re-engineer the future of life itself. Because once you can hack something, you can usually also engineer it. This will be the greatest revolution of biology since the very beginning of life. This is why the ownership of data is so important, Harari said. If we don't regulate it, a tiny elite may come to control not just the future of human societies, but the shape of life forms in the future, Yuval says. Well, guess who owns a multi-billion-dollar company that specializes in computing devices and now has the ownership of one of the biggest social media platforms on the internet? Twitter says they process approximately 400 billion events in real time and generate petabyte-scale data every day. That's an enormous amount of data that Elon Brain Chip Man has access to. Now Elon comes out tweeting, "We are now confident that the Neuralink device is ready for humans." So timing is a function of working through the FDA approval process. On an article on Bloomberg here, it says during an event Wednesday night at the company's headquarters in California, Musk revealed work on two major products in addition to the brain-computer interface, which would need to be drilled into a person's skull and would initially be used to treat traumatic brain injuries. Neuralink is also developing implants that can go into the spinal cord and potentially restore movement in someone suffering from paralysis. And it has an ocular implant meant to improve or restore human vision. Now, if this is all in good intention and good faith, this technology would be a miracle to some, giving eyesight to the blind or even giving back the ability to walk in a paralyzed patient. The invention would be groundbreaking, but many, including myself, have a lot of doubts of someone like Elon because of his co-signing of the Saying here on Yahoo News, after downplaying the coronavirus and expressing skepticism about vaccines, Tesla and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk said that he and his eligible children have gotten the tweeting here, to be clear, I do support vaccines in general, and Musk wrote on Twitter in April 2021. In very rare cases, there is an allergic reaction, but this is easily addressed with his EpiPen. So Elon is in full support of vaccines and is talking just like a big pharma CEO. Yeah, sure, there are some, but I can solve that with a new product or a medication, kind of like how Pfizer puts out a then sells you the blood clot medication known as Eliquis, or how Merck & Co. manufactures vaccines that and sells you a medication like Keytruda, which they say helps with cancer. NHS also striking a deal with Merck for their life-saving breast cancer drug known as Keytruda. All of these multi-billionaires love vaccines, and I think I know why. They can create endless medication or even products like the EpiPen to help with the side effects, racking in another $1 trillion that's used to. It also carries on to say here about this Neuralink. Neuralink has been refining the main products for the brain, which consists of a tiny device and electrode-laced wires, along with a robot that carves out a piece of a person's skull and implants the wiring. Ongoing discussions with the FDA have gone well enough for the company to set a target for its first human trials within the next 6 months. Now remember, this Neuralink is a computer, and computers often either have glitches, viruses, or it can even be hacked. So what are the implications here? Remember articles I was going over about how monkeys were experimented on with this Neuralink and caused horrific suffering to many of them. Some mutilated themselves to death. The rest suffered so bad they had to be euthanized. What a lot don't understand is how complex the brain is. The human brain is an incredibly complex organ. It says here the human brain is one of the most complex things in the universe, with more than 100 billion interconnected brain cells and 100 trillion synapses between nerve cells. The brain's inner workings remain a mystery to even the most knowledgeable experts. So even the neuroscientists with the most knowledge on the brain will admit they don't know exactly how it works because of the impossible complexity. But the Baphomet-dressing Elon has a computer brain chip he wants to drill in people's skulls. Very trustworthy. Also, Elon's partner Grimes. Let's not forget about Grimes. Not sure if she considers herself a wife, because some reports say they're in an open relationship, but she keeps having babies with him. I don't know. But she was seen in her music video in 2019 with endless occult symbolism and even wearing a mask, dancing around with a dance crew all wearing a mask, just a few months before the pandemic was announced. It's clear who Grimes openly worships here. Just look at some pictures she posts on her Instagram. An eerie picture of a fairy baby with wings holding a knife. Pizzagate type stuff right here, people. Not a coincidence the baby is doing the same hand gesture as Baphomet, the evil deity the Knights of Templar and other Satanists worship. Now, who is this baby supposed to be? Well, take a look at the tattoos. Those are Grimes tattoos. It's evident what side she's on here. This is one of Elon's wives, so don't be surprised if he shows up dressing like a Baphomet at a major event too, with an upside down cross on his costume. And not to anyone's surprise, Grimes has a connection to Balenciaga as well. In February 2020, Grimes reveals her teenage avatar wearing Balenciaga. The mistress of gothic dream pop has revealed the latest evolution of her digital avatar, War Nymph, on the cover of the face clad in Balenciaga SS20. Why do so many celebrities have connections to this brand Balenciaga? For those that don't know, Balenciaga holds on to top spot as world's hottest brand, written here in an article. Oh, it doesn't get hotter than Balenciaga because it is a brand straight from hell. On November 16, the brand's gift collection campaign featured children posing with teddy bears, purses, wearing clothes similar to that of BDSM and bondage. You can look at this picture yourself and see the purely demonic insinuations, and the more you you look at it, the sicker it gets. The company's spring 2023 campaign consisted of a photo showing a printout of a 2008 Supreme Court ruling on child pornography. Yeah, nothing weird about that at all. Out of everything they could have had in that photo, that's what they picked. And this one photo Balenciaga put out, they show 5 things here that stand out. What looks to be a child drawing of the devil, a black hoodie perfectly tied in a knot with the hoodie standing upright, the same thing the Satanists wear in the Satanic temples, the shoes that also look like the face of the devil, and on the far left, another plush bear wearing BDSM and bondage clothing. And let's not forget this yellow tape which misspells Balenciaga, or maybe spelling it the correct way, adding an extra A to spell the name of Baal, a demon who was ranked as the first and principal king in hell, ruling over the east. According to some authors, Baal is a duke of hell, with 66 legions of demons under his command. In the Bible, Jeremiah describes how worshippers of Baal burn their sons with fire for burnt offerings. Roman sources also describe the Carthaginian practice of child sacrifice. Now, of course, after this backlash, after people looked into it and realized what they were doing, Balenciaga issued a public apology on their Instagram. But that's only because the Luciferians got caught. Understand the amount of preparation and thought that goes into one of these ads here and one of these photo shoots. This is one of the biggest brands in the world. People sit around in rooms debating for weeks about what should go in to some of these pictures. From the lighting to the props, every detail is argued about, and even the colors are carefully picked out, and it takes weeks of planning with multiple people just to have one of these shoots. Every detail is carefully planned out and is there for a specific reason. So when you see Baal on the yellow tape, you better believe it's not an accident. If you translate Balenciaga from Latin to English, it reads, Baal is the king. And you can switch around Balenciaga, put spaces in different areas, and it translates to do what you want. Many say that's a reference to infamous Satanist Aleister Crowley and his book, Do What Thou Wilt, an alleged decree from the Satanist himself. Now let's look into the chief designer for Balenciaga, Loda Volkova. Now I think this photo tells us all we need to know. I mean, really, what more needs to be said? The imagery of bloody babies, child sacrifice, and this is supposed to be a fashion event? I mean, what the hell is going on? I mean, do the bloody baby dolls come with the dress? Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too old. I don't understand fashion anymore. I don't know. What is going on at all these fashion events? Like this one right here, China Fashion Week today. Designer Hu Shengwan's show at China Fashion Week was a sinister affair with models appearing dressed only in red with touches such as devil horns and fake blood. Can someone explain to me how this is fashion? Like imagine walking outside with this on and it's not even Halloween. People are like, dude, what the fuck is that? And you're like, oh, come on, you guys know nothing about fashion. This is the new Balenciaga outfit. Just came out. I paid $10,000 for this. Oh, and peep the bloody hands too. So you have to dip your hands in red paint just to complete the outfit. I mean, how blatant is this? Can you imagine the devil's reaction to this? He'd be like, guys, chill, you're a little too over the top there. I mean, come on, you gotta be a little more discreet here. That's right, people, even Baal distances himself from Balenciaga. Babylon B for the win again. And here is Lodakova at the event, showing that she's pro-choice, I guess. I guess this is one of those feminist demonstrations, I don't know, or demonstrations. But Lodakova, chief designer of Balenciaga, has an Instagram that would even make Marina Abramovic sick. And Marina is the bride of Satan, guys. Everybody that's watching probably has heard about her spirit cooking, child sacrifice imagery, disgusting stuff there. And she has close ties to Bill Gates and all of these elites as well. What the hell is going on here? Marina is so disgusting, she might need a separate podcast all about her. But back to Volkova right here, promoting satanic acts on her Instagram of child mutilation and child pornography. These people promote child abuse like it gives them powers. Maybe it does. Adrenochrome energy. baby blood drinking, devil worshipping pedophiles, to put it lightly. In Balenciaga's spring 2023 campaign, it featured a photo of a book by Belgian painter Michael Bormans. The book reportedly had images from his Hong Kong exhibition called Fire from the Sun. The paintings reportedly feature children and has been described as toddlers engaged in playful but mysterious acts with sinister overtones and insinuations of violence. Look up this book on Google Images and this is what you'll see. What kind of sick, twisted demons are we dealing with here? And if that wasn't creepy enough, Balenciaga parent company CEO owns auction site selling sexually explicit child mannequins. These Satanists are getting blatant with it, and they've stepped up that evil a notch and are openly going after children now. After School Satan Club coming to California elementary school has parents in uproar. Now, one of the ideologies of the Satanists is if they do this stuff out in the open and make it obvious, if you don't speak out against it and actively fight against it, it means you approve of it and accept it by giving consent. This is one of the beliefs of the Satanists. This is why they do it in a way discreetly. But now they're getting pretty blatant with it, and everyone must fight against this pure evil. Elon Musk says humans can eventually download their brains into robots, and Grimes thinks Jeff Bezos would do it. Weird thing to bring up Jeff Bezos right there. What was that about? I always thought the guy looked like a cyborg. There's just something about him. I don't know if he's a real human, guys. The same brain chip man is now discussing uploading your consciousness into a computer, a synthetic brain that can last forever, maybe made of graphene or something. Says here, mind uploading may potentially be accomplished by either of two methods, copy and upload or copy and delete, by gradual replacement of neurons, which can be considered as a gradual destructive uploading until the original organic brain no longer exists and a computer program emulating the brain takes control over the body. Now just think of all of the things that could go wrong during this uploading process. Anyone that's used a computer before knows how many things can go wrong when uploading basic files onto a computer. You know, sometimes you upload like 500 files and you realize 100 are missing. Happens all the time. Now imagine they're uploading someone's consciousness into a new synthetic graphene brain and everything is copied over except that part of the brain that makes you straight. That's right. They're like, sorry, you know, there's been a glitch in the uploading process and looks like you're a flaming homosexual now. And you're sitting there wondering like, why do I like dicks all of a sudden? Just saying, there's a lot of things that can go wrong here, okay? But of course, they'll do it anyway because these people want to play God. Soon, Elon will say the technology has advanced to the point it doesn't even need to be in a brain. That's right, he'll give you the option of putting it in your right hand. Babylon Singularity on Twitter, the very technology that Elon Musk promises will make us gods is the very thing that God says will reduce us to animal status. It causes all to be marked on the right hand or the forehead. That is the name of the beast.